Good afternoon all, welcome to your interview video. Today we will have a discussion that we hope can give you all new insight.
That's right. We have the opportunity to talk with Mr. Tanzil Mustaqim, Master of Computer Science, and Mr. Fanisha Rahman, Master of Computer Science, who will share thoughts and experience related to inspiration and career representation in the academic and informatic fields. Before that, I will introduce our group member. My name is Kartika.
My name is Wahyu Pujirizky Purwanto.
My name is Efran Wisnu Yulianto.
My name is Ahmad Jagir Taruna.
My name is Pragaswina Saputra.
My name is Alexandra Febrianti Krisna Putri.
My name is Nur Shalur Pambudi.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for taking time to do this interview with us.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Kartika and my colleague Efran from class 04 and 02 Informatic.
Our goals today is to learn more about your work as a lecturer and explore your experience in academia. Can we begin in the interview, sir?
Okay, you can begin.
Okay, sir. I will start with the first question. What initially motivated you to push a career as a lecturer, sir? What is your goal from the beginning?
Okay, thank you for the question and thank you for your time to ask me for the interview. So, my motivation to become a lecturer comes from my passion for technology and my desire to share knowledge. After working as a front-end developer at a startup and gaining experience in various freelance projects, I realized how important it was to not only work in the field but also contribute to shaping the next generations to innovations. Although become a lecturer wasn't initially my dream job, over time I found that teaching allowed me to combine my technical skills with my desire to inspire others. It's a fulfilling role where I can continue to learning while making a lasting impact on students. So that's all.
This is very inspiring, sir. Thank you for sharing your motivation. And now we're moving on the second question. Are there any work experience for further education or another activities that you found particularly helpful in preparing yourself to become a lecturer?
Okay, yes, my experience working as a developer and my exposure to real world projects were incredibly valuable in preparing me for this role. As a front-end developer, I learned how to solve problems, manage time effectively, and collaborate with others. So we can share the knowledge, we can solving problems together. All of which are crucial in both classroom and the research. Additionally, pursuing further studies in artificial intelligence and computer vision helped me develop a deeper understanding of the subjects, allowing me to teach them confidently. Engaging in freelance projects also helped me understand the importance of practical hands-on learning, which I now incorporate in my teaching methods. These experiences gave me the ability to relate complex theories to practical applications, making my lectures more engaging for students. So the student not only learn the complex theory that inside a book, inside a slide, and etc., but also students can know how the real world problems they can experience this and they can solving the problem itself.
It's a valuable insight, sir. It gives us a better understanding of the preparation required to become a lecturer. And now for the final question, is there any message or advice that you would like to convey to us as students, especially for those who are interested in following the similar academic or professional path?
Okay, For those interested in pursuing a career in academia or a similar professional field, my advice is to stay curious, be patient, and never stop learning. Technology is constantly evolving, so it's essential to keep up with the recent updates. Don't be afraid to take a challenge, whether in your studies, research, or career. The most important thing is to find something you are passionate about and pursue it with dedication. Also, don't hesitate to reach out the others in your field. Collaboration and working are key to growth. If you're thinking about following an academic path, focus not just on your studies, but also on gaining practical experience through internship, projects, or freelance working. This combination of the theory and practical will give you a strong foundation for both your career and future academic work. Lastly, remember that setbacks are part of the process. Learn from them and keep moving forward.
I appreciate these words, sir, and it's very motivating and meaningful to us.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time and valuable answer. Hopefully, this interview can be an inspiration and profession for us to prepare the future better. Once again, thank you for your willingness.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for taking the time to do this short interview with us.
Good afternoon.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Zaki Torna from Universitas Telkom Surabaya. We are from class Informatik 0402 Informatics Study Program.
And my name is Aisha Pamti. Our goal today is to learn more about your work and explore your experience in the work of work, especially in the field of informatics. May we begin this interview, sir? Okay, so we start with first the question. In your opinion, is the job you are currently pursuing in accordance with your ideal or dream job?
My job today is not my childhood dream, but I think this is good job because not every people can have chance to teach and make impact to the people. Yes, I think enough.
Wow, that's very interesting, sir. So from the beginning, it was already heading toward this field. That means you already have a strong passion in the field of informatics and education. We are increasingly curious about your journey to get to this point. For the second question, sir, in addition to formal education, in your opinion, what experience or activity are the most valuable in building a career in informatics?
I think I have just a little experience. My experience is not yet much. The experience on informatics, on education, not only direct on education. For example, I have experience join mini project and for collaboration with company or government and local government. Yes, I think the small experience like that is make value for me. Yes, maybe enough.
Okay. Thank you for the answer, sir. And for the last question, sir, in your opinion, what attitude, skill, or habit should we start developing now to be more prepared to face the world of work in the future?
in my opinion,
Yes.
in my opinion, we must have uh, couragely habit. We must courageously and like to learn, like to explore new things. Yes, I like working because if we work, we knowing and anything the other people not know. Yeah. My lecture say if you want to be professor, you must like working. Yes, and we know uh, on Indonesia, especially young, on the young today, is not like working. To going to just buy food or just a cigarette on the small shop, just 100 meter, they ride a motorcycle. I think it's not good habit. And then we must like join small project from today. From for example, coding project, web development, apps development. I think this is very important. And then we must have good communication, joining organization, joining campus organization, student organization. It can train we to good communication skill and increase more relation. I think that.
Thank you very much for your message and advice, sir. It's very motivating us as student. The message is very relevant to our condition as we are looking for a career condition. We will try to implement your advice to be more prepared to face challenge in the world of work later.
Once again, thank you very much, sir, for your time and valuable answer. Hopeful this interview can be an inspiration and provision for us to prepare for the future better. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you for your invitation.
So, for this time, I want to explain the conclusion about Mr. Tanzilao interview. The conclusion is speaker's story truly inspiring because they show how education and technology can support each others. The speakers had experience working in startup before becoming lecturers, and this helped them understand how things work in the real world. Because of that, they were able to explain lessons in a way that made more sense to us students. It's easier to learn when we can see how theory connects to real situations. Their story reminded me that having practical experience is just as important as studying in class.
Alright, I also agree with what the speaker said about becoming a lecturer. It's not just about knowing the subject. We also need to have a strong passion for learning and always be curious. Technology changes so fast, so if we want to be good educator, we have to stay updated with new tools, trends, and ideas. A great lecturer keeps learning not only for themselves but to give better knowledge to their students. That kind of mindset helps us grow and also motivates others around us.
Another point that stood out to me was the speaker view and challenge. He said that facing difficult is a normal and important part of the learning process. This is very true because we often grow the most when things are hard. Sometimes we want to avoid failure, but the speaker reminded us that learning from mistakes can lead to success. They also talked about how important collaboration is. Working with other in the classroom, research team, or tech project can lead to better result, more creative ideas, and stronger support. We don't have to do everything alone. Thank you.
So my name is Alexandria Febrianti Krisna Putri, and today I want to explain conclusion about Mr. Fandi interview. So the conclusion is education still a very important foundation for building a career in the field of informatics. But from this discussion, I realized that even if the job we have now isn't our dream job, it can still be meaningful. As the speaker said, being a teacher gave him the chance to make a positive impact on others. We can share our knowledge, guide others, and that's something valuable that we might not think about at first. So, it's not only about getting the job we dream of, but also about finding purpose in what we do and using it to help others grow.
My name is Bagas Winang Saputro. I want to reply Alexa's conclusion that I agree beside formal education, having real world experience is very important. The speaker mentioned joining small projects with companies or the government, and I think that's a great way to learn. Through those kinds of activities, we can understand how things work in the real world, solve real problems, and build professional relationship. These experiences are very useful, especially in the fast-changing tech industry. So we shouldn't just focus on classroom learning, but also trying to gain hands-on experience.
My name is Wahyu Pujiski Purwanto. Today I want to reply Alex and Bagas' conclusion. Another important point from this discussion is about having the right attitude and the motivation to learn. The speaker emphasized that we should always be curious, open to new knowledge, and willing to try different things. For example, joining campus organization, taking part in the coding or app development projects, and practicing good communication. All of this can help us become more confident and better prepared for future work challenges. Sometimes we focus too much on grades, but in reality, soft skill and positive mindset are just as important in the professional world. Thank you.
It's a very interesting and meaningful short interview today. Thank you to Mr. Tanzila Mustaqim and Mr. Fandi Rahman for their valuable time and knowledge.
We also want to thank all of you and who have watched this session until the end. We hope the discussion gave you inspiration and new knowledge. See you again next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.